seek the counsel of sisters in Zamboanga were products of young people's vote. Why do I say that? My evidence for the Barack Obama win is that social media and manned by young people, volunteers, made him gather one of the biggest social movements, well-financed in the whole political history of the United States. For President Aquino, we have a population of a youth that is almost 30+ million people. No, that's like 30% of the youth of the Philippine population. And when you have a president who wins overwhelmingly the Philippine vote, you have a very huge youth population that is there. For every Filipino family, there is a young person who counts 3 to 5 to 7 young people. And that is why the young people are majority and they count in a vote. We are going to launch the Assy.Samira, hopefully with the help of young leaders who organize this. Girly, Honey, they've got ABS-CBN, and I think to partner with us. This is in our belief that the reform, the untuwid of the president, coupled with the partnership and the mentorship of our dear brother, our Governor Mujib Hataman, and the team that you see here, working with you 24/7, needs a concrete electoral reform with young people to really clean up our bastardized kind of elections. For where is it in the world that you will buy $100 for one vote? Where is it in the world that the dead vote? Where is it in the world that the bees and the birds vote? And for that, July 9 to 18, re-registration in arms will be forever put in history as the most historic decrease of voters, meaning there were many multiple ghost registrants. And for that, palakpakan yung re-registration ng arms under the president of Aquino. So I quote, Anne Frank, 15 years or 13 years old age. She said, how wonderful it is, she said. A 13-year-old, a teenager younger than you, almost still developing her menstruation, her pagdadalaga, wrote a diary, the most translated in any language. A teenager writing about her experiences in a basement of the German war of her generation. Anne Frank. And what was the title, Cal, of her book? Anne Frank. That German young girl. The diary. And she said, how wonderful that alam mo, yung eyeglasses ko tumanda na, that nobody, read with me. That is the youth. The beauty of being a young person is that you see the world in rainbows, in black and white, not easily frustrated, easily emotional, but you're easily, you can easily go above your weaknesses. Of course, the second. Read it with me. The youth. And said by J.R. Jose Rizal. And Barack Obama. Barack Obama has so many anecdotes, a very magical speaker. But I like this quote. We need to do more in our schools to foster tolerance and an acceptance of diversity. For every person that is beside you, she is as diverse, he is as diverse as you won't be able to see her. And therefore, do not judge a book by its cover or her cover. A prostitute may not have chosen to be a prostitute, and don't judge her. A person with disability did not choose that she will walk in a wheelchair. So let her work. Let her work. People make choices, but people are also product of circumstances. So, we come together in our Mindanao Young Leaders Parliament because it is our choice to go out of our house. It is your choice to spend 4 days or 3 days. 24 hours times 3 days is an array multiplication. 70 plus hours of your life being with young people who believe that Barack Obama and President Aquino and Mujib Hataman are product of their circumstances, that they made a choice. They made a choice to govern. The question is, will we make a choice to control and govern our lives? Ladies and gentlemen, Mindanao Young Leaders Parliament brought together young people, Lumas, Christians, and Muslims in the effort to promote authentic youth empowerment through meaningful programs and projects, peace-building initiatives through a strong and meaningful partnership. Karen Davila was only invited 3 days before the event in Davao Ateneo. She, per minute of her attendance in any activity, will cost thousands of pesos. But because she believed in the Mindanao young people's cause, and one of us convinced her to come, Alim Diapao, she flew and talked about her award-winning work, born out of her youth passion. And this is what I think everyone in that table has. Each person here has made a decision that that seat that they hold is a seat of responsibility. They will forever, in their public position, be documented, their finances liquidated, their taxes screened. And for me, who gets paid that much amount of money that I get in arms, I'm responsible that I tell the MYLF that why do we wait for a government in the future to prove that we can govern ourselves now? Whenever you accept any centavo, peso, from outside, from your parents, you are accountable. That is not scholarship or subsidy, ladies and gentlemen. Life is not free because others have worked their way. Like Henry C., he did not get to school and he founded Shumor. So the MYLP has seen so many supporters. We've seen World Bank, the National Youth Commission, from where we came from, because the NYC by law is supposed to convene the National Youth Parliament, which you can join every 2 years. And from the NYC, we formed the Alumni Association. And from the Alumni Association, we formed the Mindanao Association. And from the Mindanao Association, we organized the MYLP. That is you. And for every year that we can, every 2 or 3 years that our resources can bring together, voluntarily, people bringing their money, people getting their resources together, we come together in that passion for youth work and youth development. So in the first convention, we had also the support of ARMM and the Canadian Development Agency. We also had Mujib Hataman as one of the resource persons in Cagayan de Oro, Balay, Mindanao. We formed the Constitution and bylaws. In that first convention, some of us had openly mentioned being bakla or being gay. Just because a person is gay, do you kill him? Do you stamp on him? Do you negate that he has a right to vote? No. In the MYLP, in the first convention, it was recognized that there were gays among the crowd who openly said, we have a right to vote. In the second convention, in Davao, we had guests that were representing from the German funders like Konrad Adenauer. We also talked of federalism and peace processes. We had the assistance of the Technical Assistance Center for the Development of Rural and Urban Poor, and we held it at the Ateneo de Davao University. We tackled peace development and governance. The resolutions were put forward to presidential votes and senatorial votes and other political. In the next parliament, and this is the fourth, we had it again in Davao City, and we talked about championing the Mindanao Youth Agenda for 2010 elections and beyond. We also discussed the importance of community or civil society participation, like you guys who are part of youth organizations. We now invite you We also had, of course, the Junior Chamber International to support us, and Girlie and I form part of the JC's International Network and are now co-hosting it every year, hopefully the years to come, because JC's is one of the most professional organizations there are in the country, just like the Rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, your choice, your noise, your voice. You are here tonight because you're not forced. You were not forced. This is a choice to make a choice that every day that we live, and I read that because it's Christmas holiday, and I end it because in solidarity with our Christian brothers, I quote some statements from the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines from Leonardo Legazpi. He said, because of what's happening in Pablo, I felt it's important to end with this. It's almost a prayer. The relationship links God, human beings, and all the community of living together is a covenant. A rainbow that we see in the sky and beyond. We Filipinos have a deep devotion to Mary. We turn to her for help and protection in time of need. This is what we suggest, what each individual can do. Be aware of what is happening in your area. Do not remain silent when you see your environment being destroyed. Use your influence within your family and community to develop this awareness. Avoid a fatalistic attitude. Yung bahala na kasi mangyayari naman. We are a people of hope who believe that together we can change the course of events. Organize people around local. For this statement, it's about ecology, ecological issues. Support public officials who are sensitive to environmental issues. Become involved in some concrete actions. Ladies and gentlemen, 4th Mindanao Young Leaders Parliament, now is your time. Now we have ended. It is your torch to carry. Good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.